Hello, Professor Kilpatrick here today, and today we're going to look at how to evaluate a Level 3 portfolio in TaskStream. After you've logged into TaskStream, the DRF programs will populate. You'll need to choose Level 3 portfolio of the semester that you're evaluating. Next, you'll need to select the group that you're evaluating, and for most of you, this Continue button will already be there. You only need to press Continue. After you press Continue, the student or students that you will be evaluating will populate here, and it'll show an Evaluate button for each area that you need to evaluate. If the Evaluate button is not here and you see an hourglass, you'll need to tell your student teacher to go back and submit each individual area in order for you to evaluate them. When you're ready to evaluate, just click on the Evaluate button. Here their portfolio will appear. I recommend that you press the green button, Evaluate and Score Work. You can resize these windows to fit your preference. On the left is the portfolio and on the right is the rubric. On this left side you'll see all of the different files that you'll need to evaluate, and you can evaluate them here on the right inside the rubric. After you've done the Level 3 portfolio items, then there's the Student Teaching Reflection. That is this large file here. This one is evaluated a little bit differently, and then you have to evaluate all the different areas of the Student Teaching Reflection. When you've completed with all parts of the Level 3 portfolio and they've met all the requirements, you can click this button and then record as final and release the evaluation now and submit that evaluation. If they have not met all the requirements, please press the Do Not Meet and then send back for revision so that your student teacher can complete all of the necessary pieces for this portfolio. When you submit the evaluation now, it'll return you back to the evaluation grid, which will look like this. Next, you can evaluate the teacher work sample by pressing the Evaluate button. Again, press the green button and both windows will appear. The teacher work sample is this large file here, and then there's the lesson plan and then the checklist. All three need to be checked off inside this rubric. There's the teacher work sample rubric, there's the lesson plan rubric, and then here is just showing whether or not they've completed the checklist. Finally, when you're done with those three components, you can give an overall grade for the teacher work sample. Mark whether it meets requirements or does not. If it does not, send back for revision, but if it does, go ahead and record and final and submit that evaluation. When you press this button, it'll return you back to the evaluation grid. Thirdly is the program disposition assessment. By clicking that button and evaluating score work, you're going to see two different dispositions assessments. The first one is going to be the one the student fills out, and you can click on that one here, open below, or you can open in full. If they've done a good job, then you can press a 1, 2, or 3. Next is going to be the professor PDA that you have filled out. The one that you filled out is here in this PDF, but you can go ahead, and I encourage everyone to go ahead and look at it to make sure that the grade that you've given them is actually what has been populated. Once that is done, you can send back for revision or record as final, depending on whether they meet or do not meet the score. Finally, the last piece that you'll need to evaluate is just checking to see whether or not they have finished the program or student teaching assessment. If they have gone through and they have completed this evaluation, the student teaching evaluation, and if they've completed the end of program evaluation, you're just going to show whether or not each component was incomplete or complete. If any part is incomplete, please press Does Not Meet Requirements and send back so that they can complete it. If they have completed both of them, press Does It Meets Requirements and record the final and release now. And then you'll be completely done evaluating their Level 3 portfolio. And all four of these buttons will show this button right here, Evaluation Released. That is all.